Who are you? Why do I gotta talk to you? Is that a problem? All right then.
While we certainly understand that Kevin Durant's pettiness has put him in beefs with media personalities, or even the likes of his fellow NBA contemporaries like LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, and more, but the fact that he once chose to beef with an 18-year-old journalist? Yeah, that's a different kind of nasty altogether. Stick around to the end of this video as we reveal how Kevin Durant once had an Instagram battle with a teenager. In this video featuring 10 of the nastiest Kevin Durant moments where he humiliated others on and off the court. We start off our top 10 with an insane debate that did the rounds when KD was with the Warriors, and that was, is he really better than LeBron? And this little clip slightly tilted the debate in his favor, as KD not only destroyed LeBron with this sick ankle breaker, but also had an empathic bucket to follow, which was then followed by 2 back-to-back championships with the Warriors, and inevitably so, included 2 back-to-back finals MVP for KD. Take a look at the carnage that KD made on the floor, and how he just blasts past LeBron, leaving him helpless.
Now for Cleveland, has up some good veterans on the bench.
Now that is how you declare your arrival. Quickly jumping to number 9, we have Kevin Durant going bonkers against a reporter during a press conference, where he lashed out at this journalist for continuously asking him about free agency. KD during his time with the Warriors was perhaps never going to be a marriage that lasted for an eternity, but it was almost like that one special relationship where he was the one that got away. Riddled with questions about KD's free agency, here's KD's clapback to the journalist, and we'll leave it to you whether you feel it was justified or not, so leave a comment below and let us know.
Y'all come here every day, ask me about free agency, ask my teammates, my coaches, you rile up the fans about it. Y'all let us play basketball. And now when I don't want to talk to y'all, it's a problem with me. Grow up. Yeah, you, grow up.
Damn! No wonder it's been reported that you can hear the cries of this reporter's tormented soul till this day. Which brings us quickly to number 8, where we see KD once again taking his powers of hooping to a completely different level and obliterating his opponents in a single move. The context of the story starts with the 2011 NBA playoffs, where Dallas Mavericks, led by the legendary Dirk Nowitzki, met Oklahoma City Thunder, led by none other than the Slim Reaper. Oklahoma was humbled by Dallas in the 2011 playoffs, as Dirk led his Mavericks to a comprehensive 4-1 series win, and eventually went on to beat the Miami Heat in the finals. So KD waited for his chance and did a number on the Mavericks twice. Starting off first in December 2011 when he did this on the last possession of a regular season game versus Dallas.
Here is Durant for the win! Kevin Durant has won it!
Goodness gracious! Revenge is a dish best served slim and with a buzzer beater, and KD once again took Mavericks to the cleaners in the next year's playoffs, beating them 4-0 in the series with his Oklahoma team, and finally taking his sweet, sweet, sweet revenge against Dirk and his Mavericks. Moving on to number 7, we have KD beefing with Shannon Sharpe, and we see Uncle Shannon taking a massive L after humiliation by the NBA's most legendary snake. Shannon took the L pretty much on his first move to instigate the beef, when he read a fake quote online. Yeah, so much for being a reputable analyst. And he chose to immediately take shots at KD, because that quote apparently was attributed to KD and compared him to LeBron with his 2 rings against him. And, well, we all know who Uncle Shannon likes.
LeBron James has more game-winning shots in the playoffs than the man that's universally regarded as the greatest clutch player.
KD smelled blood, and boy did he jump on it. Responding by calling Shannon Sharpe a drunk uncle, he further called out the fans who fell for the quote and speculated it to be KD's mindset anyway. And then KD called out Shannon once again, but to no avail, as Shannon Sharpe then blocked KD on Twitter, as he had been called sensitive by the Slim Reaper. Moral of the story: don't fuck with KD on Twitter. And the Twitter beefs are just getting started, because at number 6, we have KD going head-to-head with Big Perk, the man himself, Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins had taken shots at KD by saying that his Oklahoma teammate at the time, Russell Westbrook, was the best player to suit up for him, and he even argued with Mark D'Amico over it. Perkins literally walked into a snake pit.
It's snake for you.
I'll be a snake today.
Sorry, KD, we swear, it's just the memes talking. When Perkins highlighted their second-round playoff loss, and KD just jumped in to highlight his terrible stats for the same series. That tweet practically ended the debate that never was. And even with Perkins trying to hit back by taunting KD about his so-called weakest NBA move to change teams and join the 73-win Golden State Warriors, KD just responded with a yawning sloth picture, once again reminding us that we just do not fuck with KD on Twitter. But then again, some folks never learn. Which brings us to our top 5, and that is inaugurated by Patrick Beverley, NBA's resident irritant, who got under KD's skin when he was with the LA Clippers and KD was at the Warriors. During Game 1 in the first round of the 2019 NBA playoffs, Pat Bev took it to Durant and got under his skin for a long stretch.
The matchup of Patrick Beverley and Kevin Durant. His job is to frustrate, try to irritate.
And look at this one possession, which had us all bursting thanks to Pat Bev's antics.
Defensive players in the league, and he is an absolute irritant.
Durant didn't hold back either, and he decided to finally clap back with a vicious foul on Beverley.
And this would have been just a check on Durant by going towards Beverley. But once Beverley gets up,
both stars were ejected, and it was just Game 1, so you can imagine the drama that followed. But, well, the Warriors won the series, and, well, it wasn't until 2022 when Pat Bev and KD once again traded shots at each other on Twitter, when KD decided to return to Brooklyn, but was silent about it for quite a while. Yeah, there's a recurring Twitter feud theme here, but this one quickly fizzled out. Moving to number 4, we have KD at his absolute worst when he went against Michael Rappaport, where he humiliated not just Rappaport, but in the process, perhaps himself too. Rappaport took it to Twitter when he posted the screenshots of an insane Instagram DM battle between him and KD, where the Slim Reaper had taken some vicious shots at Rappaport with how his wife doesn't respect him, while also making homophobic remarks and calling him some really problematic names. You know, we'll take a good KD beatdown any day, but for this humiliation, even KD went too far. Although he did try to make it look like it was all in good humor, and he had referred to Rappaport with worse terms than the ones used in his texts, but, well, no one was having that. 0 points to KD for the homophobic remarks. But let's rewind and take a look at the really awkward interview of KD and Charles Barkley that actually started the feud.
There was talk about you coming back for the playoffs last year, so you really just been working on your game, trying to get back your timing and conditioning, really, to be honest, correct?
Yeah.
After this interview, it was Rappaport who had criticized Durant and his attitude, and all that came tumbling down after that Instagram DM battle that followed soon after. Well, the more you know. Now, before we reveal our top 3, do let us know which KD feud is your favorite from the ones discussed so far in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button too to stay updated on whenever we upload new content. Moving to number 3, we have Durant locking horns with Charles Barkley. And this time, KD did it with so much style and patience that even a loudmouth like Charles Barkley may have thought it was way out of character for him. Barkley has always referred to Durant as a bus rider over a bus driver because of Durant's move to join the already overpowered Warriors, and KD wasted no time in clapping back at Barkley, letting him know that while he respected his game as a player, his approach as an analyst was something that he didn't approve of. And he said it all quite publicly on an episode of the ETC's podcast with Eddie Gonzalez.
He's a fucking legend that I got nothing but respect for. When I look up, I'm going to play with pride knowing that he put blood, sweat, and tears into this organization. So that ain't got nothing to do with how he is as an analyst. Though. Like, I don't agree with how he approached the game as a Hall of Famer. His game as an analyst, I don't really fuck with your approach. So that's my opinion on you.
And when you look back at that hilarious interview where KD just had one-word replies for Barkley, you can already guess that they just love each other. Quickly moving to number 2, we have the Slim Reaper going against the NBA's ultimate Robin, aka Scottie Pippen. Pippen though? Really? Well, we're equally surprised, so let's unpack this feud, shall we? Well, SB Nation had once reported that Pippen was critical of Durant's play in Game 7 against the Bucks. The key moment hinged on Durant missing the game-winning shot in overtime, even after he nearly won the game in regulation with an incredible bucket in the final seconds. Unfortunately, Durant's toe was on the three-point line, and the basket merely forced OT instead of winning the game. KD may have done almost everything right in that 2021 matchup, except this. And Pippen went on after that too, saying that he needs to learn how to utilize his teams. He has to learn how to set up his teammates to be better. That's it. Pippen was also critical of Durant's decision-making, comparing him unfavorably to LeBron James. And, well, the Slim Reaper hit back hard. calling out Scottie for being in his feelings during a crucial play, and then landing the killer blow at him for landing in rehab.
I'm not gonna fuck my summer up.
Durant unleashed his wrath on Pippen, referencing these two key conversations from The Last Dance. And safe to say that Pippen had been dealt another L. Which finally brings us to number 1 on the list, and this is the one you've been waiting for, as we had promised to uncover KD's beef with an 18-year-old. So here it goes. An article on The Guardian by Caleb Champion, who is 18 years old in 2018, talks about how he once made a post online saying that KD and other players like Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard don't have a strong leadership quality like LeBron and Steph. And it wasn't long before Kevin Durant took it personally and replied with this: "Bruh, go sweep your dorm room. You don't know hoops. Stop tagging me in this trash." Ouch, KD. That's a kid who's just 18. It gets weirder, but perhaps even more hilarious when KD called Caleb a middle school or knockoff Stephen A. Ouch. The article further reads, "We exchanged a series of messages in which he continued to take personal shots, while I responded stating where I was coming from and calling out his insecurities. It's not every NBA champion who feels the need to respond to a teenager's comments on social media. I then went live on Instagram to alert my followers. Durant joined in and commented that I needed to have some fucking confidence in myself." The feud did simmer down, however, where the kid apologized to Durant, and Durant also made amends by reaching out to Caleb in his DMs. But goddamn, you really didn't need to humiliate a teenager just because your feelings got hurt, KD. The amount of attention he received from other news outlets must have been crazy, and we hope you've learned your lesson from that. And on that note, we finally come to the end of this video, 1-on-1 against KD in a Twitter battle. We hope KD keeps entertaining us, and we will see you in the next one.